Hello everybody, it is I, Sobedian, and I mentioned in my status update video that I have been really getting back into World of Warships, and this is one of the battles that I had relatively recently, and I thought I would share it because I had an absolute blast. It was absolutely fun. To start off with, I'm playing the Tier 7 American battleship, the Colorado. In the alpha and beta, an absolutely terrible battleship, but they've patched up its turret rotation and its turning circle and a few other little bits and pieces, and overall, it's pretty damn nice. And I think it's starting to become one of, if not my favorite ship in the game, at least at the moment. But in this particular battle, we have started off on the... I forgot what it's called now. But we started off, I've decided to head to the west side of the map, along with Königsberg, the Farragut, and the König. And we're going to go see and make sure that the enemy can't come through on the western side and flank us in between. The shores over there, taking a nice chat. Spot the Graf Spee on the other side of that mountain. Pop my scout plane and take a shot to extend the range. Not too hopeful, but I figure a few hits here or there might swing the battle a little bit. Spot a few battleships over here through this gap. Get a hit on the Graf Spee, so hooray. But need to pick a target and decide on a Bayern because it's a little bit easier to actually hit and deal damage to. So shots out. Once again, not expecting too much, but just taking some pot shots just in case, maybe whittle away some health. You never know. Königsberg and the Farragut decide that they're going to completely abandon the König on his own and make a run up the middle. I notice this and I think to myself, I'm going to have to go over there and support him. So put the engine on, swing hard to starboard, and off we go. Our fleet's milling around over there in the middle, and spot the Congo, shots out through the gap, front guns hit the mountain, our rear guns snail through, and any second now, 2 over penetrations. It's alright. Spot aircraft's about to come back, swing round, provide a nice sharp angle on anybody trying to hit me, because I'm gonna get spotted. There we go. See if I can get some more shots on that Congo. He takes a swing at me. I swing back. There's a smoke screen popping up from a destroyer. He hit me for 3 and 3.7. I hit him with a Citadel for 13.6. That's nice. It's probably not too happy about that one. But Congo's taken a shot out. Now Congo's all the way out to the west, basically exposed wide open. He's only got a few little islands between him and the entire fleet. Decide I'm going to take a swing at that Atlanta because he's showing a bit too much of a broadside, and you know what it's like sailing broadside onto a battleship. But seems like it slows down just barely, and I only get 1 over penetrating hit. König did most of the damage, but they are now very close, all opening fire, and he is getting absolutely pummeled. I'm still sitting over here because they're showing me all kinds of broadsides, taking pot shots, seeing if I can get some lucky hits in. Once again, picking on the Atlanta because it's showing a absolutely beautiful broadside. Shots out, and 5 over penetrations for 5,000 damage. That's when the torpedoes come out of that very angry smoke screen, and the König eats every last one. And down he goes. At this point, he's no longer the only one out there. I am. So at this stage, The Koenig, yeah, they're shut down. I'm not going anywhere. Take a bit of a hit from the Scharnhorst, I believe. At this moment, the Graf Spee, the Bayern, and the Scharnhorst all peel off and head towards the enemy base because that Königsberg and that Farragut. Oh, it's a Nicholas, actually. Where'd the Farragut go? Must have gone down. The Nicholas and the Königsberg over there are capturing their base, so they are now heading down there. But I'm getting shot in, and that's a very nice hit from the Congo. Get lined up. Take a swing at him. Shots out. New York is firing high explosive of all things. But the carrier is swinging through, trying to get some torpedoes out. Spots the Minakaze for a few seconds at most before it goes silent again. But that lets me see him and know he's there, and I know he's coming for me. Incoming fire from the Congo. Turning to port, trying to avoid those shots. And all miss. Guns loaded. I see the New York. But the Congo is turning. And he's a little bit of a bigger threat. So I take my shots at him. Try and get some nice broadside hits. But he turns back the other way and nothing. More fire coming in from New York, 3,000 damage. And here comes the hero of the day, at least for me, the Taknebim in the Mitsuki. Japanese destroyer, tier 5, I think it might be. Could be 6. But he's throwing torpedoes back out there. The Minakazes popped smoke, so we can't see them, but they can't see us. Here comes the Minakaze's torpedoes, but yeah, they don't even have the range, let alone accuracy. Here come a few more. Now, the Mitsuki is gonna have a pretty nice game, apart from myself. And yeah, like I said, he basically played pretty big hero in this. You'll see what I mean at the end. But there's the Congo. He's taking shots out. Return fire. See what happens, and nothing special. Mitsuki throws another few torpedoes at the Minakaze's smoke cloud, but so far I've done 26,000 damage, and half of it was from a Citadel on that Congo. I've got the New York firing high explosive whenever he sees me. I've got the Congo chasing my ass. I've got the Minakaze over there, and in about there he is now. The Atlanta has finally appeared all the way up there, and I see him. And I'm thinking, the Congo just fired, I'm probably safe enough from him. I'm going to swing around and see if I can sink that Atlanta, because he's showing me his broadside. And if I can hit him, that should be the end of him. Congo fires. Thankfully misses, because those were Japanese armor piercing coming in on my broadside. Those would have hurt. My shots didn't even come close to the Atlanta, so I'm going to have to leave him alone. All bounces and ricochets or non-penetrations from the Congo. New York is coming in. He's not that far off from the cap circle, and he sets me on fire. I'm thinking of taking a shot at him, so I do, because it's showing me most of a broadside. And the Minakaze is in our cap circle, trying to capture our base, but the New York manages to avoid all those shots. I think I gave him a little bit too much lead. More shots coming in from the Congo. Not too much damage. Pop a repair, put the fire out, finish loading up the guns. Now, the Congo, the New York is firing high explosive, and I'm taking the chance that he's going to keep firing high explosives, so I'm thinking at the moment, it's probably safe enough to give him my broadside, and that's when the Minakaze shows up at 5 and change kilometers. Secondaries open up on him. Gives me his front, but armor's paper thin. Put some armor piercing into him. Reset the cap counter, and shave off a third of his health. Now, I've been taking a bit of a beating from high explosives, so my secondaries are not in the best shape right now. But Minakaze at 3.3 kilometers, turning a broadside on, he's dropping his torpedoes. So hard turn to port, evasive maneuvers. The Mitsuki has taken out that Atlanta. Good on him. Here come the Minakaze's torpedoes. Pair to the right of me, pair to the left. Ease over to the port. Don't oversteer. One goes by, the other goes by, and not bad. Now, Kongo misses the first wave. He's going to take 2 torpedoes, I believe. There's one, there's the other. 2 torpedoes from that Mitsuki. Shaves off another quarter of his health. Fires some salvos out from the rear guns, because the front guns are still spinning around. 1 penetration. I believe there was a non-damaging penetration, and 1 over-penetration for 1200 health. Here come more fire from the New York. Well, the New York is in the cap circle. The Kongo is in the cap circle, and that Minakaze is in the cap circle. But the Kongo is showing me showing me most of a broadside, so fire all 8 turrets into him. 5.3 thousand damage. Hard turn to starboard because he's returning fire. He's firing high explosive as well. More high explosive from the New York, and burning again. Carrier brings in dive bombers, tries to go for the Kongo. I believe he smacks him one. There he goes. I think that's actually what set him on fire. Yeah, he's burning on the just behind all of the superstructure, and that's when I smack him for 14,000 damage. And this is where he begins burning, and he stays burning because he's already used his damage control, and I fixed my fires, but he can't fix his. There's the Minakaze. The Mitsuki is going to have to handle him because the Minakaze is out of the cap circle, the Kongo is about to burn to death, and the New York is showing me is beached, showing me a broadside. Yeah, that's a paddler. 37,700 damage, 2 citadels, penetration, over penetration. He is definitely not having a good day right now. And he is not moving, and he's still firing high explosive. Well, if he's going to be like that, reload, forward guns, fire into his side. Now, he is healing, and he is firing, so he's still definitely there. But for whatever reason, he's not backing up, trying to reverse or get into cover or do anything like that. Whatever's going on, doesn't matter anymore. Shots out. Again into his broadside. Mitsuki takes out the Minakaze. Another citadel sinks the New York. Base is pretty much clear. Currently, all we got left is a Scharnhorst. Now, we got a Bayern who's on just a bit over half health. We've got a half health Leander, we got a Gneisenau, and we got our aircraft carrier. I do not have a fantastic history with Scharnhorsts. My history with Scharnhorsts generally amounts to trading shots, get close range, and then I eat torpedoes. So I'm not feeling too confident right now at taking on this Scharnhorst. I'm hoping that the Bayern might be able to put some shots into his side while it's exposed, but that Bayern has bigger problems because he's taking shots from the Graf Spee and the, I believe the enemy Bayern as well, and he's about to go down. The Leander is also, I think, taking fire damage. Fire damage, because I think he was on the fire from the dive bombers over there. The Scharnhorst is presenting a lovely broadside, so shots out, and 6.7. There goes our Bayern. Another 1,200, so about 9,000 damage total. Secondaries coming in on fire again. not sure what I'm looking at over there, but the Scharnhorst is... Oh, that's right. I'm looking over there because I'm trying to swing my rear guns around to the right side because I know that I'm going to be fighting him from that side. Now, angle's not fantastic, but I'm trying to get shots into a superstructure, deal as much damage as I possibly can before I get close and he starts throwing torpedoes at me, because I know they're coming. They always are with Scharnhorst. Secondary hits coming in. He fires his main guns. He has him at broadside, but he fires high explosive. If he had been firing armor piercing, this probably would have come out very, very different. More secondaries landing. Fire the rear guns into him. Most of those bounce, but you can see that he's turned to try and avoid those torpedoes. Put the fire out. He fires high explosive up my tail. I'm on 7,500 health, but he's fired all of his guns. His secondary set me on fire again, and there's his torpedoes. Now I can swing all of my guns around. I have his broadside. He's on 7,800 health. Gun 1, gun 2, boom, boom, down he goes. I'm on 5,000 health. They have a Graf Spee, they have a Bayern, they have a Farragut, and they have their aircraft carrier. But the base is now safe. At this stage, I'm thinking, I'm on 5,000 health. We have a very, very minor points advantage. We are only about 50 points ahead. Losing a battleship sets you back about... they get 40, you lose 60. So you lose. So it's about a 100-point swing. If I go down, they win. So I can't, well, you know, they basically win. We've only got 3.5 minutes left. If I go down and we can't kill anything of theirs, they win, because they're going to have the points advantage. So that means that I basically have to hide and run and not get shot at. Mutsuki barely avoids dive bombers. There's the Farragut. The cruiser is all the way down there, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm safe from the Farragut, I'm safe from the cruiser. They can't hit me from here. Where is that battleship? Dive bombers are running away, and here come the shots. Sploosh, spliffish. There's the battleship. Okay. I was considering making a run on their base, but with, like I said, with the point difference, I didn't like my chances of accidentally dying or getting close to the carrier. There's the Bayern, spotted by a Mutsuki, and here comes his hero moment. He throws torpedoes out towards that Bayern and takes an absolute whooping. Look at that. Absolutely melted away. Went from almost full health to almost 0 health. But that Bayern is about to come out between those islands, and if he takes a swing at me, there's a very good chance he might take me out. At 43 health, I can't kill a Bayern at 43,000 health when I'm on 5,000. I might be able to kill a 10,000 health Bayern when I'm on 5,000 though. And that is what that Mutsuki gave me. A 10,000, well, 11, 12,000 health Bayern coming out, broadside on, to a Colorado. Angling the guns. There he is. Line up the shot. Shots out. All but the one of the turrets come out. Hit him. 2 penetrations. Last turret out. Don't want to beach myself, so hard turn to starboard. Another 3,500 damage. He is on 4,500 health. I'm thinking, well, I'm dead. Angle in as much as I can. Here comes his shots. Holy shit, I'm alive. 264. I do not want to risk accidentally getting into a secondary range. Fire forward guns. And there he goes. And that is a Confederate medal. At this stage, a stiff breeze could sink me. And what do you know, here come the dive bombers. Shoot one of them down, but they're definitely coming around my way. I'm the obvious target. I try and turn to avoid them. Boom. Missed by inches and almost ran into the Leander. I am to this day convinced that if I had been running at full speed and ran to the Leander, I probably would have sunk myself. But with the Mitsuki, the Leander, and my own AA, which are not that unreasonable, 10 seconds to go. If those bombs had hit and sunk me, they would have won the game just there. But 10 seconds to go, the Grasp Speed doesn't have a chance to fire over those mountains, and we take the win by about 60 points. And that is one of the best games that I've seen in a very long time. Post-battle results, I had to get some screenshots. 1700 base experience, come out on top, of course, with 3 kills, 4 shootdowns, and a hefty amount of damage dealt all around. Mitsuki comes out second with 1200. The Gneisenau, the Leander, and the Ryujo. Now, I believe the Gneisenau had a pretty nice game, that he was getting called out as doing a nice job, so good on him. But to me, that Mitsuki really is the hero of the day. Shaving down that Bayern, keep throwing torpedoes into the smoke cloud, taking out that Atlanta, who really didn't have a very good game, with the lowest experience score on the in the match, not just the enemy team. I kind of feel sorry for him, actually. Hang on. Where's the team results? No, that's my personal score. 184,000 credits, 260,000 total experience. Fireproof, because I spent half the damn game on fire. Confederate, and I believe that is Dreadnought. 131,500 damage, 58 hits, 4 shootdowns, 2 incapacitations, 3 sinks, 4 citadels, 7 defender medals, and 13 secondary hits. Let's go back to the detailed report. 88, almost 89,000 damage received on a 40,000 health battleship. I took about 205%. No, 50,000 health. 40,000 or 50,000? Doesn't matter. The point is, I took almost 2 times my health and damage, and that is impressive. Dished out 131,000, almost entirely armor piercing. 62 out of 180 hits. 1,700 damage by secondary batteries, I believe mostly to the enemy Minakaze, apart from the primaries. Yeah, that was a fantastic battle. Now, I've got a few more, maybe not that close of a shave, but definitely have a few more battles like that. If you're interested, and if you enjoyed this replay, do like and subscribe, and comment that you enjoyed it, and I'll put up some more. But otherwise, thank you for watching and sharing in an absolutely fun time. And I'll see you in the next video.